each interview just makes you better for the next one.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? And for this one, what I did, so in fact, this January, I got like 3 interviews.
Wow.
I had one on the 10th. Let me start by thanking you for my CV. There's no badge of application I do, and then I think my portfolio is really good as well. Mm-hmm. There's no badge of application I do that I don't get an interview invite.
Interesting.
Like that's why I know that anyway. I don't get jobs since, but because I would do and then wait for weeks before I apply again, and that's because I had my son and all of that, so it wasn't easy. But the point is, I don't think I did more than maybe 50, 70 applications in total.
Wow.
Jiggy. But the CV you did is so good. This January, I had an interview on the 10th with NFCC. Okay. It was supposed to be remote. I really wish I got that one, but if I not pay rich, it's for sure. So yeah, then so it was the feedback from that interview particularly that I took, because after the interview they gave me feedback. They say, we had some really incredible candidates. Now I say, me no, they incredible. I will show the next interviewer, And then I was supposed to have an interview this week, Tuesday, day before yesterday. Yeah. I was so happy to send them, unfortunately. I was so happy. It was with ACOM. Okay. But I'll be doing 2 days in person in Glasgow. Okay. So definitely, and the pay is even less than what I got. So instead, that one is 35 higher. So for me, it was just better to deal with the Edinburgh. But the point is that CV is really good. And then the questions, so this last one, all the other interviews I've attended, because I attended 4 altogether and then got 1 offer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so all the other ones I attended, they were mostly competency-based. I think people are just people can hear you talk and know the depth of what you know about data analysis. So I think that's how interviews are beginning to be structured. But this last one had technical, Excel and Power BI. Okay. Then they gave me a sheet, a pivot. I did not fill a single question. I was angry. I did not sleep for days. They gave me a sheet, and then the lady was like, "Will I use the data table or a pivot table to answer this question?" Then I asked the question. We want to know the sales by region. Wow. And the percentage of sales by region. How will you go about this? Will you use a data table, a pivot table? And I said a pivot table and return a distinct list. By the column, I will not have sales data. Another column, I will show the value as more. The woman, see, let me tell you what the recruiter told me. The recruiter, when I finished the interview, I was in the bus on my way back. The recruiter called me and said, "How was it?" I said it was fine. He said he doesn't think it was just fine, but let it be between him and me that I really did well. And they said I set the bar. I raised the bar. So they're hoping not. Now maybe the first person with the interview. And they hope other candidates will meet up. And they are recruiting for 2 people. They were recruiting for 2 people. Wow. I called my mom. I called my mom-in-law. I say, Muna, all the things I don't do for this life, I pray. So that at most only one person will beat my performance. 2-3 hours after that, he calls me back. They said every other candidate that came after me seemed like a joke. Wow. That they want to give me an offer, and the offer came in that same day.
Interesting.
So by Monday I got the contract, and nice. I said all of those to say that you covered. There was nothing that I was asked that was not something you had mentioned. Maybe Power BI service. Yeah. Because I did go take, of course, if you teach person everything now. I did go take a course on Power BI. In fact, as I'm talking to you, I'm just at the verge of finishing a Power BI course on Udemy, and I want to take their service, Power BI service course. That's for Maven Analytics. Makes sense. So my point is, at some point, you will just realize that everybody will know something, right? But you will just go that extra mile. So, for example, they asked me row-level security. About row-level security. I talked about how it is applied on the Power BI desktop and publish to ensure user privacy and all of that. I created scenarios with that, and they asked. So I'm thinking of questions that we didn't cover. Then they asked, okay, why I will use DAX instead of calculated columns?
Okay.
And I mentioned how that DAX does not use the Power BI in-memory storage.
Sure.
It is used upon when it is called. You understand?
Yeah.
So those kind of things will help somebody know that this person does not just know concept, knows logic and So that's what I will say, and I think that's what other people probably, because when they put 2 years experience, 1 to 2 years of experience. So other entry-level people that came probably will not do that. But because I've been going for interviews and fine-tuning my response over time, like when they say, okay, what tools, what can you do with? And then the company, the recruiter told me during the interview that, you did your research. And that was because I gave them data of their company, what they are doing, told them how, mentioned the data, like you've helped over 700,000 people transition from smoking because your mission is to do a smoke-free environment. Because I first go like... Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it wasn't the woman. They knew that I didn't have experience in retail, right?
Yeah.
But I was so good that she said she will coach me.
Wow.
And then I'll mentor others. And she told the recruiter that they believe that I will catch up with the industry knowledge, eventually. So basically, they said if not that they were seeing me, thank God it was an in-person interview, that they would have thought I used ChatGPT.
Exactly.
Or that the questions leaked, because I did not fail a single question. You guess,
that's impressive.
So yes, it was it was really good. Honestly, I can't explain it enough to you, but thank you for the validations.
No worries.
Like, there were times when, of course, it's not like I will give. It's part of human reality to sometimes want to give up, right? Sometimes feel overwhelmed. But I will go back to the video and be watching a video, and just one thing you said, maybe when you said, honestly, Chioma, I'm not joking. You're really doing this well. I have some people that did it. Like, those validations kept me going. I remember the last video I was watching on SQL before, because they now told me the tools they were going to test me on.
Okay.
So I now extended SQL for my preparation. As I was watching the video, and you said, it was what you said, I now got angry. I said, God, this man said I'm this good. So I must get, do you understand? So I think those validations, for me, actually, that was the best thing that happened in the training. For me, it was the validation, the validation that I can get the job and deliver. And then the 2 assessments I got, because I had 2 interviews that gave me 2 assessments. I passed the assessment stage for all of them. Do you understand? So it made me also know that, okay, we did learn a lot. We did cover a lot. So overall, thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'm really grateful. I don't finally if I didn't think I'm going to be like, how? But just 7 months ago, and they watch your YouTube video.
Honestly.
And then you were talking about, I say, prepare yourself, blah, blah, blah. I say, okay, let me even... I didn't, data analysis was not in my plan. I wasn't seeing anything tech, and I'm grateful because it's a really fulfilling role.
True.
Yes, it's very fulfilling. It's prestigious, and there's always something to learn.
Absolutely.
It's not like a role that you feel I don't know and finish. Exactly. Do you understand? Like as I'm mastering Power BI and Excel right now, I really bought it. Of course, I did something little on Python because it was coming up as the desires came on most of the job boards. On the roles on the job boards. Then what I now did was to just have an overview of what I could talk about with Python. And then I mentioned pandas, how I'd use pandas, beautiful soup for data scraping. Just to let the recruiter know that I understand, but you understand. Just mention a few libraries that. So
Honestly, I'm really, really super excited to hear about this. I mean, when you sent the email to me that you got the offer, I had to go back to all of our previous emails, and I mean, I'm just glad this actually happened eventually. And
thank you.
I mean, that same day you sent me an email, I got another email for someone else. I just got a job. What's happening? Exactly.
Wow.
But yeah, it's quite interesting. But yeah, I know we've got 2 more minutes to go. But I just wanted to just say something about. So if I'm trying to get into data analytics today and I've got no idea, what would your advice be based on your experience, going for interviews, getting rejections? What would your advice be? And in summary also, do you think getting on the Training with Tech drive helped in area? Of course, aside from the CV part, the technical part, I mean, that's where most people get to struggle with. People go for interviews and they find it difficult to like pass technical stage. So do you think like the training helped in any way, and also an advice to anyone trying to get into data basically?
Honestly, I think if one can afford it, get a mentor, get a streamlined training, which is what you guys offer. Okay. It's not like you can't learn it on your own, but something, of course, eventually I had to start learning things on my own to deepen my knowledge. But you see that foundation, I wouldn't have gotten it if I didn't train with you. Do you understand? There was just that foundation and confidence, do you get? Such that I knew that I had covered what I needed to cover, that what I needed was now that extra depth.
Exactly.
You get what I mean? Yeah? There was no, we covered almost all the functions now. And not just the functions, different scenarios of using them, when to use the curly brackets, to, filter, when, so all of those. So I would say that, and then when you do follow the training and you learn everything you've been taught, master them well, go the extra.
Exactly.
Go the extra, because I think that's something that helped me. And if you're preparing for interview, write out the scenarios, honestly. Write out. Like I have like 2 people now that are on my neck for me to help them. And the first thing I did was I shared the documents I used to prepare, because I have all the possible questions and their answers. The scenarios I created, the detail, like before, if they say, can you tell us about a project, I would just answer, casually talk about no. But the depth of mentioning the problem the project was out to solve, the describing the data you use, where you sourced it from.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? Your choice of visualization. It's not like you mention every visual you used here, but how you use line charts for trending, bar charts for comparison, and then you wanted to show composition, you used donut chart, and then you wanted to show the data distribution and correlation and all of those things. Like, you have to have your response and let it be rich. As you are reading it again and again, you will not know.
It becomes like your reality.
You understand? So that day, because for example, the things I said that day, they were just coming so naturally. Like I was even giving them examples. That's why they were surprised, because it didn't feel like I was doing an interview. It just felt like if I was communicating something I've been, you get something I've been reading again and again. So I think that's what I would say. All of those, having a mentor too is good. Yeah, it's true that sometimes you will not want to disturb the person, because especially when your training ends, do you understand? Exactly. But that initial guide, when you go back to your video, it just reminds, now if I go back to some of those first videos, I'll be like, is this really, how cool? Yeah, you mentioned it. You told me after this training, you will go back to this video, and you want to, honestly, I'll be like, I don't even understand what I was doing in those. God have mercy. I know. Sometimes if I want to watch that video, I don't have the patience. Like, I'm embarrassed watching this video. I would just skip because of, I say, what is wrong with you? Like, this simple summit, they just, you don't know what summit is used for. Do you get? Yeah, but it just shows you how that coaching and one-on-one
really helped. Yeah.
I don't think any other style could have worked for me. It had to be that one-on-one, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
It had to be. So
congratulations.
I hope my response made sense.
Honestly, it does basically, because I've just had, we've got lots of people I've been able to get a job. People are still waiting, failing interviews. I mean, videos like this will probably kind of inspire them to let them know, this is really possible. Just to let them know that's it. You don't have to be 100% to get a job. Just prepare adequately, like you said. And thank you so much, Chema, for agreeing to come on this call with me.
And then tell them that I studied English, because that was one of my fears. I studied English and I did it, man.
Absolutely. Congratulations. Please, keep in touch. I mean, we at this stage now, we're now colleagues, so you don't need to jump on any one-to-one session to talk to me. Just drop a message, drop an email. We can always jump on a call and all of that.
Thank you so much. I'm grateful, sir. God bless you. How is your beautiful daughter?
She's doing well. I mean, she's 5 months now. She's not a big girl.